I'm going to be reviewing every arc in One Piece, starting with the East Blue Saga, and starting off, of course, with the Romance Dawn arc. The saga begins with a flashback of Luffy's childhood in Fuchsia Village, where he idolizes a carefree pirate named Shanks. Although young and powerless, Luffy wants to be a pirate, much to the amusement of the Shanks crew. One day, Luffy eats a mysterious devil fruit, the Gum Gum fruit, which gives him rubber powers but takes away his ability to swim. When mountain bandits insult Shanks and later threaten Luffy's life, Shanks intervenes and loses his arm, saving him in the water. The act deeply inspires Luffy, and Shanks entrusts him with his most prized possession, his straw hat given to him by his former captain, telling Luffy to return it once he becomes a great pirate. Years later, a teenage Luffy sets out at sea in a barrel, determined to build his crew. He defeats the pirate Alvida, inspiring her cabin boy Koby to pursue his dream of becoming a marine. Luffy and Koby travel to Shell's town where they encounter Captain Morgan, a corrupt marine officer running through fear. Luffy discovers Roronoa Zoro, a captured bounty hunter accused of attacking Morgan's son. Despite his gruff demeanor, Zoro refuses to break under pressure. Luffy admires his resolve and frees him during the fight against Morgan. Zoro in turn acknowledges Luffy's strength and becomes his first crewman and right-hand man. Koby joins the Marines, inspired by Luffy's unwavering pursuit of freedom. This arc lays the emotional foundation of the entire series, the meaning of freedom, the importance of dreams, and the power of chosen family. Despite its brevity, the arc is thematically rich, particularly with Shanks' influence on Luffy and immediate loyalty Zoro shows after being freed. Overall, 8 out of 10. It's a simple arc, but the episode that got me hooked on One Piece as a whole is the Shanks episode. I knew the legend of the 1,000 plus chapter One Piece. I gave it a try, and Shanks giving Luffy the hat made me tear up, and that's when I knew that the journey of the Straw Hat Pirate Luffy was worth going on. Orange Town. Luffy and Zoro land in Orange Town, where a deranged yet kind of hilarious pirate named Buggy the Clown has taken over. Buggy possesses the Chop Chop fruit, which allows him to detach and control parts of his body independently. Luffy and Zoro meet Nami, a clever navigator and thief who specializes in robbing pirates. Nami initially deceives Luffy into fighting Buggy, hoping to steal his treasure. However, she gradually sees that Luffy is unlike any other pirate. He's kind, honest, and doesn't care about treasure. Buggy's backstory reveals he once sailed with Shanks on Gold D. Rogers' ship, and he resents Shanks for perceivingly betraying him, which didn't actually happen. During their battle, Luffy's unconventional thinking helped him defeat Buggy. Even as Buggy attempts to blow up the town, Nami assists the Straw Hats in escaping, and while she refuses to join the crew outright, she agrees to temporarily team up as the navigator. Overall, the arc blends comedy and danger fine, showcasing the quirky tone One Piece is known for. Buggy is kind of ridiculous, but it's all part of the charm. He makes for a memorable early villain that never seems to go away, even 25 plus years later. Nami's introduction is layered, her hatred for pirates is palpable, hitting at a deeper trauma that we will be talking about shortly in the video. Her dynamic with Luffy and Zoro contrasts self-interest with idealism, making her a compelling foil. 6 out of 10. The Syrup Village arc. On the hunt for a ship, Luffy's crew arrives at Syrup Village, where they encounter Usopp, a boy who constantly cries wolf about pirates attacking. Though seen as a liar and a nuisance, Usopp secretly protects his village through tall tales. He visits and entertains a sickly girl named Kaya, whose parents passed away under mysterious conditions. Kaya is looked after by her butler, who is soon revealed to be the infamous Captain Kuro, planning to murder Kaya and steal her inheritance. Usopp discovers the plot, but no one believes him. He tries to fight off Kuro alone, but is overwhelmed. Luffy, Zoro, and Nami come to his aid, battling Kuro's Black Cat pirates, including the hypnotist Django. The arc features some of the earliest large-scale battles with multiple Straw Hats coordinating. After defeating Kuro, Kaya rewards the crew with a ship, the Going Merry, named after her servant. Usopp, encouraged by Kaya and Luffy's example, officially joins as the crew's sniper, wanting to become a brave warrior of the sea. This arc is about believing in yourself when no one else does. Usopp's journey from town liar to crewmate adds emotional weight. Look, I'll be honest, this arc is just so mid. Kuro is such a whatever villain to me, but I do love Usopp's intro, and that's what keeps me going. 5 out of 10. The Baratai arc. This is a simple favorite in the East Blue. Luffy and the crew arrives at Baratai, a floating restaurant of the sea where they meet Sanji, a passionate chef whose dream of finding the All Blue, a sea where fish from every ocean meet. Sanji works under Zeph, the owner of the place, and a former pirate. Their relationship is tense but rooted in deep history, revealed when we learn that Zeph saved Sanji's life and they were stranded without food for weeks, losing his leg in the process. Conflict arises where the infamous pirate Don Krieg shows up, seeking to commandeer the Barati for a 5,000-man fleet. Krieg is ruthless, using deception and underhanded tactics. As the battle unfolds, Dracula Mihawk, the strongest swordsman in the world, arrives. Zoro finds who he's been looking for and gets massacred brutally. Mihawk effortlessly defeats Zoro, nearly killing him. Despite the law, Zoro swears to never lose again, showing his unwavering desire. Meanwhile, Sanji steps up to help Krieg, working alongside Luffy. Ultimately, Sanji is moved by Luffy's crew and Zev's encouragement. Though reluctant to leave Barati, he joins the crew, embracing his dream and vowing to find the All Blue. Barati is the turning point where One Piece begins to feel kind of like a grand epic. Sanji's tragic past and Zoro's defeat make the crew's dreams real and painful. Luffy's ability to inspire others is more evident than ever, and Mihawk's presence reminds us how vast and dangerous the world is. Listen, the Zoro moment has been talked to death, but it truly is at this point just iconic. And the fact that Mihawk is so used so sparingly makes this moment so sweet in hindsight. 7 out of 10. Now let's get to the good stuff. Arlong Park. After Nami steals the Going Merry and returns to Arlong Park, Luffy and the crew pursue her. The arc reveals Nami's heartbreaking past. Her mother, Bellamere, was killed by the tyrannical fishman pirate Arlong, who enslaved Nami's village and forced her to draw maps for him. Nami has been secretly working for Arlong to buy her village's freedom, collecting 100 million berries in the process. But just as she's near her goal, Arlong betrays her, proving her efforts were futile. Devastated, Nami finally breaks down and pleads for Luffy for help. Without asking questions, he gives her his hat, the most treasured item he owns, and walks to Arlong Park with his crew. The battle is intense and personal. Luffy destroys Arlong's map room in a fit of furious rage, symbolically freeing Nami from her chains. Arlong is defeated, the village is liberated, and Nami officially joins the crew. Not for money or survival, but because she wants to. This is where most people fell in love with One Piece at its emotional peak. Nami's trauma, Luffy's trust in the crew, unity crystallize here. Arlong is not just evil, he's ideologically terrifying, prompting racial superiority and dominance. The themes of liberation, dignity, and chosen family shine strong in this arc. Nami's moment is beautifully written. This whole arc is perfect, and I'm not ashamed to say that. I legit can't think of a single thing wrong with it. 10 out of 10 arc. Highly recommend. The crew visits Logtown, the town where Goldie Roger was born and executed. Luffy visits the execution platform, unknowingly standing in the same spot where Roger died. He's nearly executed by Buggy, who returns for revenge, but at the last second, lightning strikes the platform, sparing Luffy's life. The moment many interpret as destiny, also known as Luffy's Dad Dragon. Meanwhile, each crew member prepares for the grand line. Zoro gets new swords, including one cursed blade. Nami updates her navigation tools. Sanji and Usopp gather supplies. The powerful Marine Captain Smoker, with the powers of the Smoke Group, confronts Luffy and shows that not all Marines are corrupt. Smoker is just and relentless. As the crew escapes Logtown, a mysterious man named Monkey D. Dragon helps them flee, revealing ties to Luffy and hinting at a greater revolution. A short but deeply symbolic arc, it bridges the East Blue to the larger world, introducing political layers, legacy, and fate. Smoker raises the bar for marine enemies, and Dragon's cryptic presence teases Luffy's importance to the world. In the final moment where the Straw Hats announce their dreams leaves hope for many arcs to follow. 8 out of 10. Overall, this is such an underrated saga in my book. It's just so fun and simple compared to what comes next. Sure, there's no powerful upgrades, but it is perfectly charming and emotional arc that hits just the right spots. But now we have the Alabasta Saga in the next video.